When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Right, man, whenever you're ready.
Yo, Game Faces. We've got a bit of a special one. We had a few comments about maybe doing a guitarist approach review of the game Rocksmith. And we've gone and got it. This is going to be out in the UK and Europe, I think it is, next month, so it's going to be September sometime. And I've had it for a few months now, and I think it's absolutely blinding. On a number of different reasons. It's great for guitarists, and it can be a bit of a prick for guitarists. It's great for gamers, but it is kind of like you have to use a guitar as a pad. So, going to go through a few of the options, really, just a few of the headers. We're going to go in depth in the next video. This video is going to be about, if I'm a guitarist, can I plug my guitar in and play the game? Can I just get started on it, and what are the best options to pick? So we're just going to move straight on in and kind of show you guys what is going down in Rocksmith Town. So this is on PS3, by the way. If you're going to import it on Xbox 360, it won't work. PS3 version will work on everything though, and hopefully the downloads will be available to us all when the game's released. So we'll just kick it off. Because it's a PlayStation 3, it will load all of the time. Swanky nice music and stuff. Now you can see there that I had the option to pick bass as well. Just turn this down a little bit. We had the option to pick up a bass version of the game. That's a download that happened this month, so that's new as a download. Go to the main menu, we'll just look across some of the options we've got. Tuner is a really good guitar tuner, and it'll tell you if you sent a few cents out either way, and it'll tune you straight in. That's awesome. Options, just basic, setting your lag for your TV. What I did have is a really nightmare experience playing the game through HDMI audio. There was quite a big lag. So what we're doing now, we're using optical cable in to an amp, a guitar amp, or tape, whatever. We're running a 5.1 decoder from Sony today. Thanks Sony. Not that you give me it. Plus it's about 25 years old as well, so it might sound like arse, but we'll do our best. Multiplayer, online options, rag your mates, be better than your mates, stuff. Guitar Center downloads is where you grab all of your download content from, so all your new songs and stuff. Techniques, absolutely brilliant, and we're going to do a lot on these in the next video, because I think that's where you're going to learn your trade as a gamer, becoming a guitarist. The same as the Guitarcade. The Guitarcade is full of really, really addictive games that use the guitar as a pad. But by doing that, it'll teach you scales, your chords. Absolutely awesome. Again, more of that in the next video. Continue journey, because we all want to be headlining acts, international headlining acts. So that's basically your progression through a career of sorts. You can also pick your own set list as well, which is quite good. But what we'll do is we'll look at the songs now, and then I'll play through one of my faves on there, which is Outshine by Soundgarden, which is drop D. It also does drop D, which is why I'm using a guitar with a fixed bridge. If you use a guitar with a trem system, like the gem you might have seen in the videos, or the PRS you've seen in the videos, it'll tune all of the other strings sharp if you drop the low E to a drop D. So it's better to get a guitar with a fixed bridge for the game, unless you're really, really shit hot with trems, and then you can do it. Pablo, you won't need to worry about it, dude. You keep your trem. So this is the song list. So we're looking at Titus Andronicus. Sounds a bit punky to me. What do you reckon, dude?
It's a cover, clearly. That little Tramps Like Us.
Ah, right, yeah.
Springsteen, isn't it?
Ah, see, Fountain. Bit of cocker, you know what I mean? Some people like a bit of cocker. The Kravitz, pretty much, you know what I mean? We've played it in our Guitar Hero games. It's back in real life. Pretty good tune by Army Stone Temple Pilots. Cure, bit of Nirvana. But we have to edit out that little boy's penis.
No man, I'm all good for child's penis.
I don't know, can we officially say that on YouTube? Yeah, it's alright. White denim. Do white denim. So as you can see, guys, we've got a lot of kind of bands, you know what I mean? You'll go through a few styles playing through this, like...
I Spy Queens of the Stone Age.
Ah, there was a bit there. Nice. You know what I mean? Again, there's your drop D kind of contingent. Going through Radiohead, awesome. Chili Peppers, Mint, Animals, man, honestly, there's a lot of tunes. Incubus, which I buzzed off seeing in there. I used to love Incubus. Like. White Stripes, of course, very good, you know what I mean? What we're going to do is we're just going to rush ahead. Quite nice. Well, a little vibe. Get the guitar tones as well, so as you're playing through the songs, it'll give you the guitar tone that is appropriate for the track. So great, man, loads and loads of tunes, and these kind of all show up in your set list for when you're doing the kind of virtual gig thing. So here's where we're going to stop. We'll stop on the Soundgarden one, so I'll just run past and let you know what else is out there. Nice bit of Muse as well. Bowie. The clap. You know what I mean? You've got to stop off and deal with the clap every now and again. Velvet Revolver, main riff, and again the guitar tones are awesome. And so on and so on and so on and so on. Tons and tons and tons of awesome tunes. So let's go back to the one we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to play through it, then we're going to break it down on screen somehow, so you're going to see where my fingers are actually playing, what the screen's telling me to do, and also maybe my smiling face as I'm playing through it as well, who knows, we'll see what happens. So we're going to press select on this, I'm going to get three options. I'm going to get combo 1, combo 2 and single note. I recommend for guitarists who aren't that familiar with the fretboard, single note arrangement is absolutely bonza. It'll get you right through the track, and it's not too taxing. It's almost bound to ring me when they, I don't know where my phone is, so I'm not going to get it. So whoever you were, I apologise, but I'm not answering the phone, I'm filming.
We're working, man.
This, you know what I mean? Unless it's work.
Never turn down work. I'll phone them back in a bit. Right, so, a single note, dead easy, kind of where you'd want to be starting. Combo arrangement is a mixture of the single note and the combo 2, so it's a little bit more difficult, but again, nothing that's going to completely destroy you. Combo 2 arrangements, combo 3 arrangements are kind of how the song is exactly played and how it's meant to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack on with combo 2 and let you know what that looks like. So we get the option to rehearse, perform or riff repeater. Riff repeater is where you'll play the same riff over and over again at graduating speed, so it's kind of like a built-in metronome thing. Associated techniques will be whatever is in there, so it's saying there's power chords in there, bar chords, chords, double stops, sustains, bends, slides, palm mutes and hammer-ons and pull-offs. So we're covering all of these techniques within this song. This is why it's going to put tutors out of business, or at least affect our income somehow. Riff repeater, what we've just talked about. Perform is go and do this virtual gig with a load of people who look the same. And rehearse is rehearse it, so you can kind of pause it and not feel too taxed. Perform will take you to a kind of performance-based thing, so it'll take you through your career mode as well. So we're going to just stick it on rehearse because we don't want to do anything that bad. Now straight away it's saying that my guitar tone is active, so I've now got some tones coming through, and if you can notice, there's zero latency at all. So running out of an optical cable seems to be the way the game wants you to play. It seems to be the way that works best. And as I say, I've got a pretty decent Pioneer rig, and it was laggy. The audio was laggy on it. So now we've got the tuner. Now what it's asking me to do is be in drop D. So I'm going to drop D. So now I'm in tune. Now what it'll ask me to do is tune in all of the guitar strings. So
So that's saying I'm in tune enough to kind of get through the track. So red string is top string or low E, and purple string is your high E, which was the issue. You can also jam over it as well without like any nightmare, so this is not asking me to play this, but I can just play it.
And you've kept the tone of the track, which is cool.
Yeah. track. Awesome. Again, some bits are a little bit weird. Even though you know the song, you look at it and sometimes it doesn't make sense, but
how did you get on?
Do get there. 76,000. 49 longest streak, 88%. It's alright there, not so bad. It's a high ranking game.
Seen worse.
Seen better. So that's kind of outshined. So now what I can do is, I've got no tone through this, but when I get to a situation where I have got some tonage, or I'll tell you what I can do. I can go into my amp rigs and then pick out that song, because once I've completed that song I get the amp for that song. So what I'll do is I'll just go into the amp emulation section, and now I've got tone slots. I can put 3 amps in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at tone slot 1, which is now currently some really disturbing heavy thing. That's what I've got at the minute, which makes me smile. But what we'll do is now we'll put in a load tone. So I'm going to load an authentic song tone. And the authentic song tone is going to be whatever that one is. Gotta be Seattle Flannel, isn't it? So let's see what this sounds like. Possibly more of it.
Try Mystified. There's a song there called Mystified. I think it might be that one.
Got an ear, man. Smiley face.
I fucking will.
Yeah. So now I can basically play that song without the guitar tab, because I've kind of remembered it. So I've got. Was that it?
Close enough.
So now I can play through the whole song with my band when I meet up with them on Sunday in the garage. So that's what it feels like for a guitarist to play it. I think if you're competent with your scales, you're competent with your chords, you're competent with your fretboard, you should be able to get through every single song the first time you play it, really. It's not stupidly difficult. You just need to learn the interface. But you do get the chord degrees down, so you can kind of use just your knowledge, really. If you already know the song before you play it, you can use it as a backing track. You can completely ignore what's happening on screen and just play the song, and you'll score really well at it. One thing I did notice as well is if you pick an inversion or a different octave of the note it's asking you to play, it'll kind of let you off with it. It almost encourages you to have a little bit of a jam. Plus, at the end of the song, as you might have heard briefly there, we get a replay of what you've played. So you might just use it as a way of formulating new riffs, really. You won't get a great score, but you can look at playing over backing tracks without guitar parts. Awesome. So that is it, guys. That's Guitar Hero for guitarists. Absolutely brilliant. If you know all of your fretboard, you're going to love it. You're going to get on every single song. And as soon as you know the song, you'll know how to play it. Then you can take it to your band practice, which is absolutely brilliant. As an intermediate player, so you kind of know a bit, but your theory's a bit lacking, there's a great riff trainer on there. There's a great technique section on there. They're all really, really good techniques. They could be a little bit more in depth for my liking, but that's for my level of playing. And if you're a complete beginner and a gamer, we're gonna do a whole video that's just dedicated to you guys and how you're gonna turn many mini limbs into a control pad. Really, control pad? How retro am I? Yeah, Connect basically. Right, so that's it, guys. That's how that kind of works a little bit. So Rocksmith, check it out. Right, guys. So that was me playing a bit of Rocksmith. Could have picked a more exciting song, I'll give you that, but fucking massive balls of a riff. So that's kind of how it works. What I've really liked about Rocksmith as a guitarist is that it's your mate. It's not a pad. It's not a Connect adventure game. It's your guitar, so you feel completely comfortable with your guitar. Any guitar sounds great through it, really. I think obviously the better your guitar is, if you've got really hot pickups, it's going to sound a little bit better going through. I think the pickup configuration do make a difference. If you put it on the front pickup, you do get a change in tone as you would through an actual amp emulation. The amp emulations aren't that bad. Sounds pretty alright through this rig. What I would recommend is don't mess about with the tab version of the lines. Keep them as is, and then it plays like it should. I think if you turn them into a tab so it's upside down, it's really confusing. All the chords are upside down and stuff, and it doesn't really read like tab, so blank that. Plus your strings aren't red, green, blue, yellow, purple and orange, so it's quite difficult to kind of figure out what string you should be playing, but that does come with time, and it comes quite easily, I think. So they're the things I've liked. Latency's been a bit of an issue for us, but the optical cable sorted that out, so go that way if you've got a system that lags. Other than that, brilliant, great piece of exercise, great practice technique. You can play guitar for a lot of hours without knowing that you're putting the work in, really, which is awesome. We should enjoy putting the work in anyway, though, I suppose. So that's that. Is there anything else I've missed there, Bib, that you would comment on?
Well, you mentioned then, didn't you, that you picked a bit of a boring song to play.
Did you feel that as well?
Well,
you
no, it's a brilliant song.
I bought you, Bib.
It's a brilliant song. No, but the reality is that Rocksmith does do some pretty clever stuff. It will recognise things like pinched harmonics, hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, bends, unison bends, things that as a guitarist, you kind of know about, and you're certainly not going to find on, Guitar Hero and shit like that.
Definitely
so
not.
I think it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, it is definitely. So if you're onto those techniques, as I say, if you're kind of intermediate professional, you know your guitar, all of those things you already do anyway, and it will recognise them. It does know the difference between a palm mute and a pinched harmonic, which is great. It's really clever stuff, and it'll drive you forward. In relation to playing songs that you don't really want to play, yeah, it's like being in a covers band, I suppose. It's like, you know what I mean, if you go out and earn money for a weekend playing, I don't know, Bee Gees covers, it's that kind of gig. You don't really have to go through them. As a game you do, which it kind of forces you to learn new styles, so quite kind of like that. But when you're playing through bands that you really don't want to play, it becomes a bit of a chore, really. So I didn't really like it that. As a guitarist, I wouldn't really like that element again. But that's it from me, really. That's kind of my opinion on it. A great game, definitely worth the price of admission. You get this funky little lead thing as well that plugs into your Xbox and that, so you don't have to go and buy a special cable that comes with the game. Next video, we're going to look at all of the basic guitar treats that are in the box, really. So you kind of guitar chords of the dead, which is amazing. You get to play guitar chords to kill zombies. Who doesn't want to play that? Right, we're going to cover that next week or in the future at some point. Or if we already have covered it, it's going to be there. That's where we're going to put it. Yeah?
Right.
So enjoy all of them, guys, and hopefully I'll see you really soon with some other awesome bit of guitar gaming kit.